Hi guys! Today I'm gonna show you how I make back straps, and I will also show you how you can make yourself a matching practical belt that's amazing, especially for anyone who has a dog. This is a thing I never leave the house without when I'm going out with my husky. I usually use it with my dog owner bag, for which I already have a tutorial on this channel, so I'll link it down below. This is a no-sew project, so you don't need a sewing machine for any of these. And now let's jump right into this. Here I have all my materials, hardware and tools for the shoulder strap. I bought this beautiful pale gold thick and sturdy strap made of artificial fibers. It's probably nylon, maybe mixed with polyester. Before I bought it, I made sure that the edges were nice and smooth. So I always go with my finger very lightly over the edge, back and forth, to make sure that they are smooth and that nothing is sharp, because I had once a nylon strap that was a bit sharp around the edges and it then scratched one of my jackets. And I don't want you to have the same bad experience. So definitely make sure that the edges of the strap that you have chosen are nice and smooth. I decided to go with rose gold colored hardware, so I have here these two snap hooks and the slider. I will be able to adjust the length of my strap with the help of this slider, and since I'm not going to be sewing, I will be also using studs. And fortunately I have studs in matching color. For the studs, I have here these two tools that came with the set. So this one is to make holes in wherever you're putting your studs in, and this is what you use in order to close them with the help of this plate. So I would need a hammer, but instead of that I'll be using these pliers. I will simply punch in holes with these, and I'll be closing the studs with these pliers. For me personally, the ideal length is about 1 meter 20, 1 meter 25. That's long enough. I will put in only one slider on one side. The length may vary depending on how tall you are and also how long you want your strap to be. I think the best way is to place the strap over your shoulders and see how long the finished length should be, and then add enough strap extra so that you can put in the snap hooks and the slider, so that you'll be able to extend it or shorten it in future according to your needs. Let's start with the first snap hook. So the strap has two different sides. I like this one the best, where the diamonds are made of the darker shade. So this is gonna be my right side. So I'm gonna place the snap hook over the right side, and I'm gonna fold this over like so. Now, if you have a natural fiber strap, I would suggest you fold it in once like so and then over, because then you would have a nicer edge. If you have artificial fiber strap, then if it's cinched, it should be okay. However, sometimes when you cinch the edges, it is a bit sharp. It could scratch some of your fabrics. So I again recommend simply folding it in. And I'll go in with my pliers, and I will simply punch in two holes close to the edge like so. And I have to stand up for that and like lean in, because it's a really sturdy material. And I'll do that on the other side as well. And now I will put in the studs. So make sure you go all the way through with the pin, and then I'll go with the cap over it. I close it like so. I'll do the same on the other side. This is really super easy. There's nothing to it, as you can see. And all I have to do now is to close these with my pliers, or you could do that with the help of a hammer, but I don't feel like hammering and making noise, and these work fine. So, and that's it on the first side. On the other side, I will have the slider and the second snap hook. First, I have to go through the slider. I will make sure that I have the strap with the right side facing up. And I'll go first through the first hole of the slider and then over the pin in the middle through the second hole like so. And here I'll pull through a little bit more strap because I'll need a bit space here. You'll see why in a second. The right side is still up. I'm going through the snap hook and now I will turn everything to the wrong side. And here I want to go over the pin and back so that it's going to be closed and nice. So I'll hold the strap here like so that I could go over the second hole here. Then I will turn it and I hold it apart like so. And then I go back through the first hole. And I will give myself a bit more strap again to have more space. And here I will pull on this a little bit so that I could fold the edge over. It's not necessary 100% because here the edge is gonna be on the inside, but it still looks better. And I personally think if I can make it look nice even on the inside, why not? So here you can see the strap goes over the snap, through the back side of the slider and back again. And here, this is then the right side that you will be seeing. So it's gonna look like so when it's gonna be finished. But first, I wanna close this with the studs. And for that, I'll grab my pliers so I could punch in holes. Before you punch in the holes, it's actually useful to put in clips like so, close to the place where you're gonna put the holes in, because it's gonna make sure that the strap is gonna stay in place. I had really hard time to come through on this piece, don't know why, but I managed to do that with a lot of swearing. So now I'm gonna close these studs too. And the strap is now finished. So, and here are both finished ends of the strap. So here we have the side where we have only a snap hook, and here's the side with the slider. Now I can always either extend or shorten the strap as I need. One thing you might want to consider is to make some kind of a cuff on the bottom. Either you find a metal ring that's really narrow that you would place over the strap first, or you can take the same strap, cut a little piece as long as you need it in order to create the cuff. So I always go over like so. And then I make a fold, and then I torture myself more and punch in 2 holes here, and then I'll put in 2 studs. I will put pin where the edge of the folded side will be, and I'll put a clip here so that I will know the entire length. And now I will hold it like so. And I try my luck again with these pliers. I will first make sure that they are empty, because sometimes when they are full, they wouldn't punch through. This looks actually good. And then let's go in like so. Okay. And then we'll put in the studs. Before you close it, make sure you'll be able to go over the snap hook. If this section would be too big, then you will have to do it on your already finished strap, which is in my case what I'll have to do, because this is a little bit too wide in order to go through the cuff. I was lucky I was able to punch in the holes without any mental damage this time. So I'll place in the caps of the studs. Now I will close them. One is closed. Let's close the other. And here you go. It looks actually pretty. And this is what it looks then from the top. Now let's make the dog owner belt. I have here again the same strap. This time it's 1.50 meters. I would suggest you double your waist circumference, and that's the perfect length for your waistband or belt. Then I have here this buckle, again in rose gold, so that it would match the other hardware. I have here 4 D-rings and 1 slider, and then again studs and the same tools you've seen before. I will use 2 of these D-rings as a double D-ring to make them even sturdier. That's where I hook in the leash of my husky. He's pretty heavy, and even though he's a good boy, just in case he would want to jump in the leash and I wouldn't expect it, I want to have extra security. Let's start with the buckle and with the slider. I will again make sure I have on the top the right side of my belt. Through the first hole of the slider and then through the second hole. Then I'll go through this end of the buckle, and then I will go back through the slider the way I did on the shoulder strap. So again, I'll go a bit inside and back through the second hole like so. Then I will fold the edge in, and I'll punch in holes and put in the studs. I don't have to show you that at this point. I will say though, for me personally, in order to not make a mess of the lines, it's best to put in the first hole, to punch in the first hole and to put in the first stud and to close it, because that's gonna hold the piece in place. And then it's gonna be easier for me to determine where the second hole should be. And here we have the first part, so that's the first side of the buckle. Now you can again choose to have here a cuff, and I think I'll do that because it's just so pretty. So this is the first side, that's the adjustable side. This makes also the edge look nice and flat where the buckle starts. And now let's start creating the second side. So here we will pull through all the rings first. So I'll grab all 4 and I'll go from the right side. So the right side is up, and this is how the D-rings go in. And then I will make sure, however the buckle is supposed to go in, that I'll have the correct side. So I'll pull through here like so, and then back. And then I will pull about that much. Let me grab a measuring tape. That will be about 13 inches, and that is in centimeters, about 33 centimeters. And I will have 1 D-ring here. This is where I hook in my dog bag. 1, or actually the 2 will be in the middle, and 1 will be here on the side, and here will be the end of this folded inwards, like so. And in order to secure all the rings, I will simply have 4 studs on the sides, like so, and that will keep them in place. I will start on this end. What I will do is I will pull the D-ring, or actually the end, through the D-ring like so. And that way I will not need studs on the other side. And since this is gonna be closed, I don't have to fold in the end, which I normally would do, because here I really don't care about any fraying. So I will punch in a hole here. I will secure it with the stud and close the stud. And then I will make sure that the other stud is nicely aligned. And since I have here this pattern, it's actually easy so that when the stud is gonna be in, it will align with the edge of this X. Now I will place studs here close to the buckle. I will make sure that I stretch out the belt, that everything lays nice and flat. So again, let's punch in first hole. Now I will move the first D-ring close, and I want to have here 2 further studs to keep the ring in place. And now I want to have this 2 rings in the center, so I will fold the belt over like so. Actually, it's better the other way around. So, and then I'll pull on these rings, and that should give me the final position. I will put in clips on each side, and then I'll punch in studs on each side. And here is the finished belt. So here we have the buckle. Here I hook in my dog owner bag. Tutorial is on this channel. I will link it in down below. This is where the leash comes in, and this is where I hook in either a towel or the muzzle or both. And here we have again the adjustable backside. And we're finished with both the shoulder strap and the belt. I definitely recommend investing in really high quality materials. I had bad experience with some snap hooks, and that's why I decided to buy this set, because it looks really sturdy and it looks like the quality is much better. The metal is much thicker, and also if you're making a dog owner belt, definitely make sure that you have in the center for the leash a really strong D-ring, because that's what gives you the security. But other than that, you have seen there's really nothing to it. You don't even need a sewing machine. Of course, I could have sewn wherever I have the studs, but this is much faster and easier, and it makes it also accessible to anybody who is not sewing or who does not currently have a sewing machine. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm using this belt especially with my dog owner bag. But if you don't have one of those, and if you don't feel like making one, you can always take your favorite purse and simply screw in on the back one of these. This is a little screw with a little O-ring, and then put in snap hook or snap hooks. I have 2 little snap hooks here, and you can then easily connect that with the first D-ring here close to the buckle. And then you can exchange the straps if you want to, so that they would match the belt, and that's pretty much it. So I thought this would be probably also a great Christmas or birthday gift idea if you're still planning what you're gonna give your friends or family. So if they have a dog, I'm pretty sure they would appreciate these. And that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, write them down below in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I appreciate you guys very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you with my next tutorial. Bye!